Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me, what we have here is a rare opportunity for him to cut loose. It's Ben.
Oh, what a good fucking line, dude. There were so many moments that I was like just unbelievably hyped. Shit was fucking hitting. If anybody heard that notification pop off, my apologies. I forgot to put my phone on silent.
Wow.
Dude, it was so good. There was so much. It didn't have the same. The thread, our through line wasn't the same like level, right? As the last season, but
No,
there still is
like
one, and it's very fun.
Yes, the drama is like a step down in terms of like how serious shit is.
Yeah,
but how fun stuff is.
Holy shit, dude! It's so good.
We've got the classic Super Friends Legion of Doom in the swamp with the giant Darth Vader head is their base.
It's so
that is taken
silly.
directly from Super Friends.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, we'll be going through stuff in order, I presume, but holy shit. I think the funniest bit to me is when Lex is like, I was gonna do this weeks ago, but really, apes? Pow! Just shoots him in the fucking chest.
So funny.
The fact
that was your master plan.
That was your master plan. It's so fucking good, dude. I wasn't expecting it. It was so fucking funny.
That part fucking kills me. It's so funny.
Like the fucking I was gonna do this weeks ago, but like this was too much.
No. Well, I was gonna do this in a few weeks.
Or in a few weeks. Sorry. Yeah, I got it wrong. You knew what I meant.
Yeah. Like I was gonna give you a little bit more time, but really, your master plan was turning us all into apes.
Oh shit.
Thanks.
There's one thing from this that I've seen before, and that is the Flash and Lex Luthor getting swapped.
That's too good to not show people.
Here's the thing. I forget if I saw both bits. I saw the thing where he's like, I can at least find out who the Flash is. I have no idea.
That's the less
who
funny
this is.
one.
I know, and then the follow up is like, if I had seen it, I had completely forgotten it. Aren't you gonna wash your hands? No, because I'm evil.
It's the greatest
It's
line
so
in
fucking
anything
good.
ever.
It's so fucking. The dude's face just like, holy
Gross.
fuck, he is evil and disgusting. It's so fucking good. The other thing, I actually was pleasantly surprised. I think I forget if I mentioned it in a recording, but I certainly told you that I had gotten spoiled on something in Justice League Unlimited. And it turns out the spoiler was either not for this or the person, one of three things. It wasn't for this. The person was wildly fucking off to the point where it wasn't actually much of a spoiler, or maybe most likely I just managed to shove it out of my mind enough that the details got a little murky and it was fine.
Okay.
The spoiler was like Lex helping save, in my mind it was the city, like Lex Luthor helping save the city, but the context I remembered it in was like more of a, like not this, like it was more, the context made it seem like he decides to do the right thing, right? So I'm like,
weird,
waiting for that to happen. Yeah, no fucking idea. I can't even remember
Not
where
this.
I can't even remember where I saw it, but like this whole time I've been waiting, and I'm like, okay, it must be this. But like the context is so, I didn't even feel like I was spoiled when I got there.
They're like, they're like debating whether they should let them help at all, and Lex is like, "Let's get this clear. You're here to help me get revenge on Darkseid for killing Brainiac,
dude. The fucking
We're not here to help you save
help
the world.
Me. I'm not here. I'm not helping you."
Lex is, I love this. Lex is so unhinged this whole season,
dude.
It's beautiful.
It's so good because like it makes sense. Like the man achieved godhood and then he fucking lost it and now he needs that fix. Like
Yeah.
it's so I mean, it's him, so it's extra good. But like I feel like
Yeah.
that, without speaking as a person who has never achieved godhood, I feel like if I got a taste, I don't know what I might want afterwards. Probably another fucking taste.
I mean, Flash can never run that fast again.
Yeah, dude. But like, he probably wants to. Like that was pretty fucking sick.
Maybe Lex should have tried running faster while he was in Flash's body.
Yeah.
If he really wanted godhood.
Dude, also
right there.
I was thinking of, you know what? I should have checked this timeline before we started this. Because I don't know which came. Okay, this definitely came first. This was have you ever seen Farscape?
A little bit.
They were
Never watched it.
They were doing some Farscape shit in this. I don't know if like intentionally is maybe not the right word. I don't know if they had this in their mind or if anybody thought of it. But Brainiac like being removed from Luthor but still like existing as a thing that he talks to. Like that's straight Farscape shit. Like that's such a huge element. Like there's
I would assume someone on the writing staff.
It seems
that.
very on the nose. Like it's
The
such
show
a
is written
similar
by
thing.
nerds.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. And it has such a similar fucking vibe to it, like just how they portray it. And the fact that it's like it's a whole big thing in the show, I guess. Fucking spoilers for a 20-year-old show if anybody cares. Mild spoilers, I guess. Like there's a single part of this dude left in a person's head, right? And then they find like a whole big thing is like getting that removed so he'll finally be gone. And it's like, yay, we got it removed, da-da-da. But he's still fucking there even though there's nothing left. So that's like a whole thing. So I don't know. That was cool. I liked it. I was like, oh shit, this is good. And everybody thinks he's crazy. Speaking of
It is the thing of like, we're like, is Lex crazy? Except at the very end, once Darkseid Brainiac is unleashed, Lex doesn't hear Brainiac anymore.
Yeah,
the voice
dude.
in his head goes away.
Yeah,
That's partly why he's so mad.
It's fucking yeah, man. I
Also,
guess,
they reversed it on you last season. You were stringing along. It could be this, and then bam, surprise! It's Brainiac. This time, it's Brainiac's coming. Brainiac's surprise. Nope,
Dude,
it's Darkseid.
I've never been see, and that's how I know it's all just like me not liking Brainiac that much because I was I was beyond hyped. I'm like, you dropped a surprise Darkseid on me. This is the best gift you could have given. I'm so fucking stoked. I was like legitimately so like fucking ready. I was beyond hyped, losing my mind.
Oh, Darkseid is so fucking good.
Oh my god,
in
it's
these
fucking incredible.
episodes.
Well, we you know what we should
get there.
Yeah, we should circle back. Otherwise, we're gonna hit all the good bits and then have nothing for the back half of this episode. I couldn't believe we got Grodd again.
Hell yeah, we had a lot of Grodd.
Dude, we got
this
so much Grodd, but I'm like, it's you. Yeah. Oh, we got the Black Hawk Island was all these fucking blur together. I forgot that Black Hawk Island was episode 1.
No, but oh yeah, Black Hawk Island was episode 1. You're right.
Yeah. Of course I'm right. I'm looking at the wiki. Also, I'm a 12th level intellect. Maybe, dare I say, even a 13th level intellect.
Yeah. Then I'm overqualified. Yeah, we get we open with Lex Luthor escaping from prison.
Yeah.
Because that's our through line. Lex Luthor is this season's all about Luthor. If there's like a single through line, like it's his story.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Whereas last season was like the Superman season. This is the Luthor season.
Yeah, and I'm fucking about it.
So we get the villains taking their level to the unlimited level, where they are now all the villains have banded together.
Yeah, which is also
They
fucking
formed
sick.
a co-op.
Yeah, dude, I love how it's like his fucking Grodd's thing is like so. Him in contrast with Luthor is just so funny, even this early on, because he's like, if you're robbing a bank, you'll never have to do it. You'll never have to like fight off heroes alone or whatever. Like that's the fucking like
That's the pitch.
that's the pitch. It's so fucking like low
I don't.
level.
Yeah. It's like in the Captain Marvel episode last season where Batman and Superman are fighting some random group of supervillains, and they're like, what do these guys want again? I don't know, taking over the world, robbing banks, one or the other.
Yeah, you know,
Those are the two things supervillains do.
yeah, which is very like, I mean, it's accurate as hell, dude. That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't like the Black Hawk Island stuff was okay. It was kind of cool seeing the Black Hawk, like the pilot.
We got our episode with Fire. It's like the character.
We finally, right off the bat, it was so good.
Just she's shot where she's in the jet. She like goes over to, it's like leaning over Flash, who's staring out the window, and he turns around directly into her boobs and then smiles.
Yeah.
And Hawk Girl it's like shifting the plane so that she falls into his lap.
Absolute god tier wingman. It's incredible. Also, just because like Flash is being a baby about it. And it's funny as
he
hell.
Won't talk to her. Hawk Girl's like, I'll go talk to her for you.
Dude, it's so junior high. I'll tell her you like her. Oh, no, dude. Fuck off. Shut up. It's so funny, though. Like, I don't know. He's so he's cocked off so many times about women, and then, like, he can't talk to her.
No.
He actually likes her, probably, something. And she's like down. She's fucking like into it. She's like, I get it. Focused on the mission. No time for a woman. And he's like, and fucking Hawk Girl steps in. It's great.
It's good. It's probably I don't know.
Go on.
Yeah, the character stuff in general is the best thing about this episode. Again, as with many,
just
like
there's
like
great
the
shit
Luthor Grodd stuff is fucking great. The Flash being a fucking middle schooler is great. I do really like when Flash tells her to drop him.
Oh yeah,
he's like, I'll probably think of something before I hit the ground.
Dude, and then after when Hawk Girl's like, you fucking dropped him? He can't fly. He's like, yeah, but he's
like, a senior member of the Justice League, and he said it was fine.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
I was following orders. He told me to. That's so good.
And he's like created tornadoes with his arms.
Yeah.
And then still face plants.
I mean, he is the Flash.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Originally, their plan was that the key was going to be a big part of Darkseid being resurrected, but they scrapped that. But that's why the key is in this episode. Because he was gonna matter, but then he didn't.
Oh, okay. It took me a second. I'm like, is the key...
He's the orange guy who manifests the key that unlocks things.
See, it's very funny how he's literally only in this episode. I was like, is that like the magnet guy's name for some fucking reason? And then it clicked. I'm like, no, wait, there was literally a key character.
Yeah, Dr. Polaris is the magnet guy.
That's
magnet
funny.
man.
That's funny. Dude gets absolutely shafted.
True. But I like that at the end of this, Grodd's like, yeah, I think this will look good in my office.
Oh my god, dude, it's fucking insane.
No, this mission was pointless.
It was a test. Luthor just being... Honestly, Luthor not being in charge of this shit is very fun to watch. Because, like, it's such a piss off for him. It's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fine episode. The next episode was very validating for me, though.
Really?
Yeah. Because in how fucking lame the Thanagarian design is.
Yeah.
I've been complaining about how it's literally just people with wings thrown on. And look what we got. And helmets. And now it's just a guy with wings. And look, we'll get to it later again. But like, he just puts on the wings and now he can fucking fly. And he calls himself Hawkman. And he does all the same exact fucking shit. I've never been so validated. Like, imagine if Hawkgirl's helmet wasn't a helmet, and then this dude was just wearing the helmet. You would be like, yeah, but like you're not a Thanagarian though. Like you're just fucked in the head because you touched the thing. But no, he just he's just there. He's he might as well be one. You know, he can do everything they can do.
Yeah. Well, it's because like they're like trying to tell a version of this character that melds all the different continuities of Hawkman that have existed over the years, which include being an alien and being reincarnated from ancient Egypt.
The reincarnation,
but also
stuff is
he's just in a weird position because he's only ever in the show in relation to Hawkgirl. Yeah, Hawkgirl's the one we care about.
Yeah,
so it kind of just makes it all kind of gross and not cool.
Yeah, and there's definitely space for it to be cool.
I never like him, and I never care about him. In these episodes.
Here's the thing: I think there's space for it to be really cool, because I think the reincarnation thing is the context, I should say, of the reincarnation is garbage. It's fucking hot trash. Him either being a reincarnation or thinking he's a reincarnation. Honestly, I can work with it either way if it weren't for the weird like destined love shit. But I think there was space to make him like, even if they had introduced him earlier, honestly, because I really like the fucking look of like, oh, a lot of like the ancient Egypt stuff like comes from Thanagarians. I can vibe with it, dude. Their ship, the ancient Thanagarian ship, and it's like the fucking Egyptian motifs stereotypically, right? The gold, blue, red, like it's looking like that shit's fucking cool. That shit bangs. What if he was just like ancient Egyptian kind of stuff with Hawkman stuff, whatever? I could vibe with it. But they don't. Like it's just a nothing burger.
Interestingly, on like commentary things, I said like there was actually disagreement about whether they were actually reincarnations or the thing was just giving them memories.
That's very funny.
Bruce Timm was like, yeah, they're definitely reincarnated. That's the whole point of the thing. But Dwayne McDuffie was like, the only way I could make it work in my head is if it wasn't real. It was just memories. Because I think it was, there's a small chance I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure it was Dwayne McDuffie. He's like, yeah, because this reincarnation is not real. It's like, that's your concern, though? In the show with Superman?
That's great. That's a step too far.
I just think it's not cool.
I think it can be cool. I think they just did it in a very boring way.
Sure. In the episodes about it, I don't think it's cool.
Well, especially the thing that this series is definitely not alone in it.
Particularly
Definitely
because
not alone.
they introduced Carter as a stalker, and they
Yeah.
never really bring me around on him.
Yeah, no, they lean too hard into him being a fucking creepo, and
Yeah.
then like it doesn't make it fine later.
No.
Like you were still being fucking weird, dude. Like even in his head, like if he's not doing it for creepy reasons and it just comes off that way because of how shit is,
Yeah.
whatever. But like that's not what we see, and he didn't know that he didn't like register that how this might be taken.
Yeah.
My beef, I don't know. I mean, we'll talk about the episode, but you can't. The two reincarnation episodes are just like fucking connected.
Yeah.
The fact that we get the trope, the reincarnation trope of like we look exactly the fucking same as the people we're reincarnated from. I hate it. It's so boring. It's just another boring element on top of something that's not great. And the fact that we get fucking Green Lantern also being in the thing and looking identical just makes it worse, honestly. It makes it so much fucking worse.
Well, it's also like putting a hat on a hat, because you've already established that they're gonna be together because of their future son. But
Yeah.
now you're also making them reincarnated lovers. Like,
Yeah.
it's like it's just like unnecessary.
Honestly,
like why are we spending time on this?
I think
I would rather see actual interaction with Green Lantern and Shayera, not these two people from ancient Egypt that I don't care about that are somehow related to them.
I think I would prefer just Hawkman being a reincarnation, and instead of everybody being destined and having that dumb bullshit on it, just him. Not that it has to happen the same exact way, but just, and not even that they had to be lovers, but him like being the reincarnation and knowing it and having those old memories or whatever, and like kind of the idea of watching history repeat itself, except I would like it to not be fucking identical because that's lame. But like that would be a kind of all right element. You could have some good interactions there or stuff, or like I don't know,
I think
observations.
it's better if I just think it's better if he's crazy and like
that too. Like that's also
these like what Shayera says initially, that like he touched this memory thing and he's now confusing a thing he saw with his own past life. I just think that's better, but I think it can't just be that if he's fucking Hawkman. So it's just another case of they've written a story with a Hawkman that's probably better if he's an analog to Hawkman, not actual Hawkman, which is what they did with the Starcrossed episodes.
No, don't get me wrong. No reincarnation is better. Taking the route you just said is better. I was going at it from the angle of if we're keeping reincarnation.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I 100%. Him just being crazy because the thing fucking put memories in his head that aren't his is so much better.
Yeah, the thing is, the reincarnation does nothing for me in terms of caring about the relationships with the characters I care about. Like, it's irrelevant to me. It's not like, no. Like, oh, okay, that's weird, but oh well, like whatever.
Yeah. No, it's definitely not like a thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I think like
and they don't like fight any monsters in the ancient Egypt in that episode.
Yeah, no, like the fact that it's just like ancient aliens bullshit.
There's not enough punching.
Yeah. Also, I kind of hate. I mean, I hate his origins, but I also just dislike the concept of the Shadow Thief. I don't know. It's very funny. I realized I have some beef with a certain type of powers, which we will get to in Naruto. People who phase like that just kind of annoy me.
Oh, but fucking Kitty Pryde is so good.
Is that the chick that pulls
from X-Men?
Oh, okay. Don't remember. Also,
she's the main girl in Pride of the X-Men.
right, the okay. Right, Pride. I should have made that connection. Why did I think she had is it just phasing?
Yeah, that's her only power.
Okay.
Is phasing through solid matter.
Huh. I got that twisted in my mind. I thought she had something.
Shadowcat, I think, is her code name that like they just stopped using completely. Like, she's just been Kitty Pryde forever.
That's very funny. I mean, yeah. Now you say it, I fucking remember. What was I gonna? Oh, despite
when Jean phases,
I was gonna say
he like sticks his arm in you and then makes it solid, and you just like grab your chest. That's badass.
I think it's how it's used. I guess I don't fully know. We're getting into territory of like who would win, whoever the writer wants to win, right? Mm-hmm. But like,
yeah.
Jean also has the ability to phase through things, and yet he still gets fucking hit like all the goddamn time. Like he phases through a lot of stuff. Don't get me wrong. The dude is running and gunning like nobody else, but also he just gets fucking hit constantly. And then you get to like the Shadow Thief, sorry. And it's like suddenly like he's just phasing through.
He's here to make money, except he's not. He's lying.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It irks me because I'm like, part of it is maybe like, why does Jean get hit so much when this dude has like a similar ability and he seems like he's much more of a problem than Jean is for the enemies he faces oftentimes.
Because Jean is.
It's because the writers wanted it to be that way. And like I get it, but in my head I'm like, Jean should be punched. But
turns into a dragon, taking out parademons, getting hugged.
Oh, that shit was so good. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
Batman was great in this episode also. Just like following along, doing his shit.
Yep.
The shot we get where it's like them talking about traps or whatever, and then it's Batman like just fucking like, why avoid the traps when I can just set them off and like just
dodge everything.
Be agile.
Dodge all the spikes.
So fucking good.
We also get the most important part of this episode we haven't talked about, which is when Shire dresses up for a date.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, wait a minute, this is the fucking episode. Dude,
Green Lantern yells,
Judas Priest. Holy fuck, it's so good.
You can't curse.
Yeah, you can't curse, and I think you can't say like, oh my god.
Yeah, probably.
Because there's definitely. I was actually going to mention that last time. I think we got a case.
You can say you can reference Hera all you want.
Yeah, we definitely got. Or what is Hawkgirl reference? Like, it's one of the like, Cthulhu type things. The Yeb Shoroth or whatever. She says it a couple of times. Something.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was in the last batch. Someone I noticed that. I forgot to bring it up, but someone was clearly going to say, oh my god, and then it gets like heavily muddled or cut off or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I mean that makes sense. I thought we were a little past that point, but I guess not yet. No, the Judas Priest had me on the fucking floor, dude. I was not expecting it. His fucking delivery is immaculate. Like, it's so fucking... It's just so fucking surprising. Like, it's just perfect.
Judas Priest! He cannot believe it. She is pulled back. Her hair is pushed back, and she's wearing a dress.
Dude, it's crazy.
He can't deal.
Also,
too hot.
Her delivery in that same general scene version where he's like, he's on a bunch of forums or whatever, like, dang, lock him up. Like, it's so fucking good. Just the perfect, like, sarcastic garbage. Oh my god. They're so fucking good, dude.
He's going on the Hot Girl Hate Club web ring defending Hot Girl.
Being a white knight. Fucking, I love when she's like, wait, anti-hawk girl, how many of these are there? He's like, there's what, 56 or 57 in a ring, but that's not counting hundreds of individual. Like, I get it. Oh man. No, that stuff is perfect. Perfect fucking deliveries.
That's the best part of this episode.
2000%. Honestly, those deliveries are like probably in the top 5 for single line deliveries. Maybe, well, certainly top 10. Top 5 is going to make me have to think a bit more. But, like, they're fucking so good.
True. Yeah, and then we got fucking Warlord episode.
I was fucking losing my mind. It was the same exact reaction I had as when fucking Shin Ultraman leads with Ultra Q shit. And I'm just like, I can't believe it worked out. Like, I can't believe out of all the random shit I could have taken in, I happened to read Warlord. Is this how comic fans feel when they see an adaptation of a thing they've read? Like, it's crazy. Because that's like,
they put in the deep cut that you were like, pointing at the screen for.
Yeah, it was for me. I mean, I think that's honestly like the first time that's happened, if not the only. I can't think of another thing that would have done that for me. But like, because I mean, not that I've done like DC stuff before coming into this, right?
Yeah.
So I'm seeing that, but also like the Justice League, Batman animated series, Superman animated series, like they've been such a presence. It's not that I didn't know they existed, right? So like, I didn't feel like I was. I don't know. I didn't feel like I was seeing like, oh, I've been reading comics for such a long time, and then I'm seeing this adaptation of them, right?
Yeah.
Also, there's like so many other adaptations of those comics and films and shows and everything else. But like Warlord, it's like, this is a thing I have read all of, and then it's not like I've seen it elsewhere. So this was like, holy fuck, I get to sit and like judge a little.
Hell yeah. You get to know who those characters that show up but don't even really get lines are.
Yeah, I get to I know who all these characters are, and I can be like, I'm sitting watching myself like, when the fuck is this this has to be like an alternate Warlord timeline, because this doesn't line up. His daughter is there, but Demos is still in. Something got fucked in the timeline. This is definitely like an alternate.
Sure.
It made me so happy. I got to do that shit finally. I got to live the fantasy of being a fucking critical asshole.
We're doing one Warlord episode. You gotta get in as many references as we can, okay?
They made a lot of fucking references, dude.
It's just another snake cult. I don't know what the big fucking deal is.
It is just kind of another. They're all just another snake cult. It's good shit though.
It's just another ape cult.
I was literally out loud, because I'm alone, so I don't have Anya here to judge me. When they got like, as soon as they got they were above the North Pole and they got fucking like tractor beamed or whatever. Like, I've seen this before. I know what, you're at the North Pole, you get fucking, something happens, you're flying or whatever. I'm like, Hollow Earth, and then it was Hollow Earth, and I was very excited. And then fucking, I would like, I love a good Hollow Earth, and then it was Warlord. Never in 1,000 million billion years did I expect.
Yeah. My brain goes to the Savage Land, which is just the Marvel equivalent.
Yeah.
Of the underground world that's in the North Pole. But
yeah. I mean, that's, there's a lot of that shit.
Uh-huh.
People love Hollow Earth, or authors love it, I guess.
That's that whole fucking, the Godzilla verse is all about it.
Godzilla verse, fucking Lost World was Hollow Earth, right? I think. I don't know. There's a lot of it. It's not new by any means.
No.
Also, Warlord fanaticism aside, episode was pretty good.
We got Supergirl's new costume.
Yeah.
We got Stargirl.
You know, I'd seen her around, and I was kind of wondering
drama
what her shit was. I'm like, you just seem like another.
Another blonde teen.
Yeah, and kind of the like America motif, right? Very Captain America looking, all things considered. Yeah, she's just like sick as super dude. Is this Supergirl's big in Japan? That shit was so funny. I mean, of course she's like, she kind of has a Sailor Moon thing going on, right?
Sailor Moon thing?
I mean, like the outfit. Her design is like a little closer to Sailor Moon than like Stargirl's is.
I guess. She's wearing a skirt.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Hey, I read a thing. Sailor Moon made those skirts like insane popular.
Sure.
They were fucking fighting Gamera.
Gamera with hair.
Yeah. Oh, that was so good.
It's very good that they fight Gamera, though. That's very important.
Oh yeah.
That's a.
I didn't even. I'm like, it kind of looks like Gamera, and then he fucking jets off. And I'm like, oh, it doesn't just look like Gamera. This is great.
It's only. This is why you do Gamera. It's to have the turtle
totally
flying around.
That's literally the only reason.
Yeah, I think that's about it for this episode.
Yeah, I mean, you get this stuff with like, they're basically, I mean, it's just the plot stuff is just them like kind of piecing together that these people are all working together and there's someone behind it.
Yeah, we're just
Metallo's mind fucking explodes before he can talk.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We get Supergirl bluffing that she's immune to kryptonite because she's losing her powers, and thus it's not hurting her quite as bad.
That was good shit.
Yeah. It's always good to see pushing through the kryptonite shit.
Yeah.
It is very funny that giant crystal is just a fucking giant chunk of kryptonite.
Just
like,
fucking
what?
massive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fucking close it off. Nobody can get to
No more Warlord. Well, Warlord, you get one. Never again.
Never again. There, we threw you a bone.
No,
now shut
no
the
one's
fuck
staying behind in Warlord world.
Oh, if only.
Getting the hell out of here, never looking back.
Like, let Stargirl stay behind in Warlord world in Skartaris, and then we can get the comic of Stargirl Warlord or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or anyone. I'll accept anyone, honestly. Much like Future Brainiac. Like, I'll take anybody. My favorite part was how Warlord didn't backhand his wife, and she just accepted it. That was great. Not having that.
Uh-huh.
For anyone who hasn't heard me mention it, that is after the writer change of Warlord and when it started going downhill, so I bailed.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say Warlord is particularly, like, notable if you're just watching this episode.
Yeah. No.
It's like pretty. This is like
you could have slotted
an excuse to do a Conan type world.
Oh, totally.
Snake Man.
I was gonna say you could have done.
And this happens
anything.
to be the character that we're using to
Yeah.
do that, because it's the one we can do. Because we can't do Conan.
Yeah.
It's
But I mean,
extremely.
People
don't
should
have
be.
Conan.
People should read Warlord. It's good.
Sure.
It's solid.
Is it as good as Conan?
I've been reading Conan.
That's part of why I ask.
Yeah. Equal but different, I would say, thus far into Conan. Warlord is a little more. Not that there's a huge thread, but like there's more stuff going on. So far, Conan is just like episodic adventures, which is fucking great. I don't know if when a bigger thread pulls in, but like Warlord from the start has more of that going on.
Gotcha.
And then like, I mean, as was the fashion, we're going to like, this thread is going to be a roller coaster where like we pick up and drop this villain like 8,000 times. Kind of like the Spider-Man Dracula stuff, or just Dracula, the Dracula that fought Spider-Man. That looks like Vincent Price. Like we're gonna defeat him, sort of. He'll be back next time.
Yeah. That one also had the excuse of changing writers like every 2 issues.
Impossible to tell. Yeah, great.
Get
10 out of 10 episode for me.
Sure. Then we get To Another Shore.
Yeah.
We get the detail that John hasn't like left the Watchtower in 2 years.
Yeah, that's insane. I guess guy just like slid into a role and just. I mean, I
Married
get it.
to his work.
Like feels that he's the one who needs to do it, which you know that's kind of. It's kind of more him. It's like similar to the last season, right? Like getting it's the remnant.
This is like the dealing with what happened to John last season, basically.
Yeah.
Like we're finally like looking at it, saying, "Buddy, are you okay? You don't have to be here all the time.
You can chill.
Got Mr. Terrific right there. He can do this too. We're good."
Yeah.
We get Luthor upgrading the villain's powers.
Damn, man.
Wonder Woman gets poisoned.
Wonder Woman gets poisoned. She's at the UN thing.
She gets told if she raises her voice to the vice president again, they're gonna shoot her.
And she doesn't give a shit. She just like, does like the reflection thing like on her wrist or whatever. It's so good.
It's like talking to them about how global warming is serious, and they're like, "Is that even real?" And she's like, "Well, we could, if you don't fucking do something about it, we could fucking attack you." And they're like, "Is that a fucking threat?" And she's like, "I need to get outside."
Also very important that we get Wonder Woman in like just business, like black tie not black tie, just like formal business stuff. We don't get a lot of Wonder Woman in casual wear. It's
we also get her
great.
doing the non-transformation sequence,
the fucking
live action one
transformation. Yeah, dude, I was like, what is this? Just we're so deep into this series at this point.
That's the probably James Tucker made that happen, because I know he's the one. He was the one on the commentaries that was like kept comparing Wonder Woman to what Wonder Woman would do on that show.
Sure. Yeah, it felt completely random for me. As someone who had no idea what he was looking at, I'm like, why now?
Because
And my-
no one can stop me now.
And my comparison was Sailor Moon, right?
Sure.
Why are we doing the Sailor Moon transformation sequence? Do we need to fill time?
Because it's a reference.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I don't know about...
We finally have
I
an
don't-
excuse where Wonder Woman is transforming from regular clothes to her Wonder Woman outfit.
Look, I don't know about this Wonder Woman character and those references. Talk Warlord to me. Talk someone who people know and love, okay?
Uh-huh.
It is funny, we get this sequence and it's like kind of the magical girl transformation, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then earlier we had that was the last time, right? The Wildcat episode.
Yeah.
Green Arrow and Black Canary. She's like, we could just change in the hallway. And then she tells them not to look. They're just like literally just taking off their clothes, except they act like they're stripping down, except they're both wearing their shit underneath anyway.
She doesn't tell him not to look. He's just staring at her from over his shoulder, and she goes, "You drop something?"
Yeah. I mean, equivalent meaning. But yeah.
Yeah.
The other cool thing we
John leaves the
get, yeah.
Watchtower for the first time in 2 years and immediately has to quit the team.
Yes. Steps outside. He's like, "This is gross." Fucking the bit
Well,
with
this is gross. I need to do it more.
Yeah.
I can't go back.
The
I hate this, but
the shit with Killer Frost is so funny. Like, forced to do a good thing.
uh-huh.
I don't even know if
Like
I'm powerful enough to stop an avalanche. Well, find out. Just like fucking moving her like a doll or whatever. She's just using her powers. It's so good.
Yeah, man. He's in Puppet Master mode.
It's so fucking good.
This whole fucking Viking Prince thing.
It's
Immortal
so
Viking Prince.
yeah.
And then Jean is like, I lived way longer than that guy.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what all of these felt like. Not that it felt bad, even, but we just got a lot of like kind of episodic, like, this is the thing the Legion of Doom is trying to do this week.
Mm-hmm.
Rats foiled again.
What's the most obscure fucking thing we can reference? Oh, the Viking Prince, of course.
A fictional Viking hero appearing in comic books published by DC Comics. First appeared in The Brave and the Bold #1, August 1955. There's not even a fucking picture of Viking Prince on his own Wikipedia page.
His name is Viking Prince.
Viking Prince, 1955. Let me check this out. This is just a guy.
Uh-huh.
This is just a dude.
Yeah.
Like, not fucking notable. At least Warlord has kind of a, he has the white hair and the helmet and stuff. This is just like incredibly generic.
Yep.
Holy shit. It's very funny.
Yeah, I think that's about
Yeah.
it for this episode.
Yeah.
Again, just some super heroic stuff happening. Like, not incredible, but I would say there are more episodes this season that are just like, yeah, whatever. That was an episode of Justice League. Like, it was still fine, but it wasn't something I go back to. And then there are some high bangers this season.
Oh, totally.
And to me, this next episode is a high banger.
100%, dude.
We get our big Flash episode where we get all Flash's villains in Flash's city.
Yeah.
We get fucking Mark Hamill as the Trickster,
Oh,
a character he played in live action on the Flash TV show.
oh, damn. Did not know. Yeah, even I mean, I could just fucking see the amount of stuff that, like, this is probably a thing that I just have no context for. Like, there was just a lot of, I mean, some of the like Captain Boomerang we'd seen before.
Yes.
But, like, there was just felt like there was a lot of stuff that I'm like, this is probably a thing from somewhere.
Yeah. Flash comics.
Yeah.
But the important thing to me is Flash's relationship with his city and his villains.
Dude, it's so good. The bit at the bar where he's like, you're wearing the costume again.
You again. Oh, shoot, you're right.
It's so good.
What about your enemy? Oh, right. Make sure to turn yourself in. Got me again, Flash.
Dude's just chill.
I promised to come visit you in the hospital. We'll play darts.
The soft kind.
Oh my god. It's so fucking good. And
Also
Orion not fucking getting it, and Batman's like, you're right, you don't.
The fucking end where he's like, I get it. It's a mask for the Warriors, whatever. What is
pain
it? The
inside.
pain, the Warriors' pain or something. He's like, no.
No.
He just fucking like doesn't get it at all.
You saved the day and nobody got hurt. That's fucking great.
Yeah, man. I felt, dude, that reporter was so thirsty.
She was so horny.
She
for
was
the Flash.
fucking unbelievably down.
She gives him her number, but he's just like mindlessly signing autographs, so he just hands it back to her with his
Man.
logo on it.
Me and my head screaming, no! Get together, Kith! So fucking good. And the fights were fun.
Yeah,
Like, those characters were just a good time.
Mirror Master is like bizarrely overpowered.
Yeah.
Batman's like, I removed all mirrored surfaces from the museum.
Dude.
Woman opens her fucking makeup thing
Fucking rip.
immediately. Those guys are in.
Actually, I didn't mention
Not the Turtle Man display.
the intro to this episode is so fucking good. Like, just the villains, like, doing their shit, right? Mm-hmm. Hey, you're out. Da da da. Yeah, parole. Like, talking about the times I almost got the Flash.
But they're just at a fucking bar.
Yeah.
And they take their drinks.
Yeah, fucking, what was something? Yeah, they were, like, talking about who's hardest or whatever, some bullshit. And it's like, fucking milk.
My ulcer's acting up.
My ulcer's acted up, yeah. Was it like a soy latte or something? Oh, that shit was great. I love seeing that shit. Like, the fact that we got so much more, like, villain just stuff. So good.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that Flash is just like, yeah, I know exactly where they hang out.
Yeah. No, this episode was fucking prime.
This episode makes me love Flash so much more.
Dude,
than, like, every other
totally.
episode.
Like, just, yeah, it's definitely, like, his relationship with his city. And just, like, the people, right? And how he is.
Yeah.
Like,
That he fucking knows, like, fucking everyone.
yeah, man. He's like, he's running. He's like talking to the taxi driver and like knows her life, whatever.
It's like gonna help paint that woman's fence. It's like, once I get started, it won't take very long. You on for mini golf?
Oh, it's so fucking good, dude.
That's why he gets a museum.
Yeah.
They all love him because he's great.
Yeah. No, that shit was super cool.
His fucking drawer full of Flash costume rings. The hard part's getting him back in.
It's so fucking good.
We get to see him at work.
Yeah.
Where he's a forensic scientist.
I would never have fucking guessed, honestly. And he's still just chill with people, like he's saying bye to everybody.
Yep.
Man, also it's very
so good.
It's funny because I think the only other context I can think of for being in Flash. Have we been in Flash's city before across these series? I feel like no.
I mean, in Kingdom Come.
See, that's what I was going to say.
Not like where we had like people or
that's
characters in it.
That's what I was gonna say, because the only context I can think of for seeing like a reference to Flash in his city is Kingdom Come, where he's just like fucking unidentifiable vibrating blur who just is constantly going throughout the city.
It's this, but dialed up to fucking 11.
Yeah,
to the
which
point
is
of
like
destroying all the humanity in it.
Yeah, but like it's cool.
Yeah. But this episode was a big part of like me realizing, oh, I just like when heroes are fucking heroes. That it's just good.
Yes. Yeah, I could definitely see that. This is a great example of it.
Yeah. And like Orion being there to like not just flatly not get it is a great contrast.
Totally.
It's just like the rage-filled good guy, but he's just the character who just doesn't see what's special about Flash. What's good about it.
Look, he wasn't there for the Justice Lord's bit. He doesn't understand what Flash brings to the table.
That's true.
He's holding this whole shit together. Yeah, fantastic episode.
Yeah, that's one of the standouts to me. I like that Boomerang is like, it has this whole Boomerang plot with this giant Boomerang thing, and then he's like, and you're all gonna help me fucking pay for it. I'm not paying for that by myself. Are you kidding me?
Giant Boomerang was very good.
Fucking Trickster's plan is so stupid that they're like, all right, no more taking turns.
Yeah.
Well, slick the bottoms of the barf bags.
Christ.
And I just love that that's Mark Hamill. It's so good.
Yeah, man. He does good work, as it turns out.
Did you stop taking your meds? Yeah, I'll take them if I start feeling down.
That's not how that
You're wearing
works.
the costume again. That's not how the medicine works. You're wearing the costume again. Oh, you're right. I am. That whole conversation's so fucking good.
Oh, it's incredible.
The way Orion is like ready to just beat the shit out of him, and Flash is like, wait, hold
up, because he knows it's his city, bitch.
Yeah, it's his enemy.
Yeah, and that shit, honestly, like having Batman there is just like fucking perfect. Because like Batman's the same way, except not as cheerful. You know.
Totally.
Like
but Batman gets it.
Yeah. Like that's a fucking Batman thing to do. How many times has he helped people?
Yeah.
So good.
Then we have Dead Reckoning. Dead Man episode.
I mean, we already talked about the highlight.
Grodd's master plan.
We already talked about the fact
gonna turn everyone into apes.
The fact that I'm just so glad that they let it go through briefly. So we got Ape Batman, Ape Wonder Woman, Ape Superman, like
Ape Talia.
Yeah. Just so fucking stupid. It's just unbelievably dumb.
It is also very funny, like how big a part of this season Talia became.
Yeah. Is it Talia or is it Tala? I thought it's Tala.
Tala. I think it's Tala.
Talia is my Batman ship.
That's true.
Yeah.
Tala.
Fake fan.
And I think that's just because they liked her, the voice she did.
Yeah, that tracks. I mean, she's great. For someone who I had like no context for, I'm like, her character is pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. She's very good in the Great Brain Robbery episode.
Yes. Yeah, we'll get there.
Fucking dead man possesses Batman
Dude.
and uses a gun to kill a guy.
Dude. God.
And then he's like, everyone's like, you fucked up, dude. You have the scales of karma are unbalanced.
Yeah, fucking universal retribution. Superman immediately being like, it wasn't you. This was not you. It's not your fault. Fuck. Actual nightmare for Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of times, honestly, I think it would be less impactful. It would still be impactful, don't get me wrong. But the amount of times that we have seen Batman decline a fucking gun throughout Justice League stuff, like, it's come up multiple times, and we even get another one after this, at least one. Like,
Yeah, we get one at the very last episode.
yeah, but just the fact that we have like that extra shit that's like fresh of him being like, yeah, I'm not taking a gun. It'd be helpful. Yeah, I'm not taking the gun though. Like, it makes it hit really hard, even though it's in the context, it's kind of like just a moment, right? It's not like it's a huge, it doesn't become a huge thing, but
No.
it just,
Well,
if
you watch
if
it.
you, if you know, you know.
You're like, what? Wow, what the fuck?
Like, just how fucked that is.
Yeah. But also, it gets immediately undercut because it's like, Grodd turned everyone to apes.
Yeah, no, it's just
wasn't that fucking dumb?
And then Batman being horrified that his body, his fingers pulled a trigger, and then and then like basically immediately we have Lex going bam, bam, bam. Fucking apes. God. That shit it's such a fucking great scene.
It's very funny, like, how confident Grodd is that they won't be able to undo it. He's like immediately like, get us out of here. It's done. We're good.
Yeah, they just immediately ban.
They just break it. That's all they do.
Fucking break it. It's so funny. God, and then Lex fucking popping him. I was laughing so hard. I actually had to I had to rewind a little bit because I missed dialogue. Like, I was just laughing.
It's so funny how he's like, Grodd's like, there's more than one way to peel a banana. It's like, you're just gonna fucking try to turn everyone to apes again? That's okay. We gotta fucking do this. Can't go on. That's what are we doing?
It's so funny. It's so funny because it's such like, you know, we have all the bad guys together. It's just so fucking fun. It's so silly. Like,
man,
this is his master plan. Except like Lex is an actual villain and not a fucking super villain. TM comic book grade, whatever.
But like in that moment, everyone's like, yeah, fine. You could take over Lex. We can't. Like, no one's gonna defend Grodd in that moment.
Yeah,
because he just tried to. He turned them all into apes.
They're all also apes.
They're like, I didn't really want to be an ape.
Also, this is such
I like
a fucking...
but they were nervous about Luthor being crazy later. And they're like, what are you gonna do? Make us all bald?
Dude. Man, you didn't have to do that to him. Come on. I was thinking while the brief moment where our heroes were apes, I was like, this is a thing that they put on the comic book cover. Got to sell those
Hell
copies,
yeah, dude.
man.
Yeah.
Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, all apes.
That's you're moving units, baby.
Fucking headline like non-reversible transformation. Stuck as apes.
Just things that definitely have happened in in DC Comics and Marvel Comics.
It's so fucking funny.
I just like the line on the way the wiki puts it of Lex Luthor states that Grodd's master plan was silly and shoots him. It's like accurate.
Yeah, correct.
There's more than one way to peel a banana.
Yeah.
It's still his plan. There are other ways to turn everyone into apes.
There's more than one way to peel a banana. Fucking accurate. Hank, how do you peel your bananas?
I pop the top and pull it down.
Stem first? Or do you pinch Oh, you're a stem boy. Okay.
Unless it feels like it's not going to tear right.
Yeah.
And then I'll pinch.
Yeah, see, I'm a pincher. I'm a pincher myself.
I start with stem. Stem is more fun if it's gonna work.
that's fair. I was also when I was younger, I always went from the stem, and then someone made the point of like pinching, and then I started doing it, and it's not that like if the stem works, it works, but I'm like, yeah, sometimes it just gets fucked, so I just I didn't bother with it, but yeah. The stem does make a very like it's more satisfying when it does work. I'll say. You're definitely like it's more visceral.
Yep.
Yeah. People who cut in the side, psychopath. That's what are you doing? Nobody likes the banana C-section. Don't fucking. Doesn't have to be
surgical.
That way. Yeah, it's surgical. Yeah, you don't have a banana scalpel in your kitchen?
It's called a knife and a fork.
Yeah, cut it. I suppose you could cut it in half and then go from like the open half as well. There's just so many ways to peel a banana. There's so many ways you could turn
cut
people
it
into apes.
into like thirds, and then just peel it off real easily because there's nothing holding it together anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have our next episode, Patriot Act, which is our only episode with any Amanda Waller.
This one was ultimately fine.
General Eiling cannot let it go.
I'm looking at the wiki. The dude's name is Captain Nazi.
Yes, that is. Well, if you look at what he's reading, it says the Captain Nazi file.
I didn't take that in at all. Apparently.
Yeah. It's on the screen.
Oh,
it says Captain Nazi.
Captain Nazi. Jesus. On the nose much?
Yeah.
Like there are other things you could do that are on the nose, but not like on the nose with a refrigerator thrown at you or something.
I mean, they're doing it as like the Captain America origin, but
yeah,
it's just Nazis. I think Captain Nazi in comics is a little different.
That makes sense.
But
yeah,
really, this is just. Got to do. J.K. Simmons gets to be a supervillain.
I mean,
and also we get the thing of like Amanda Waller has moved on. She is not about to like the Justice League are actually good. I've come around.
Yeah, which is good to see considering what they fucking did last time and what she did last time.
Yep.
I'm glad I don't know. I'm mixed on this episode because on one hand, I'm very glad that we got to it finally fucking happened. Where someone's like, the only one with superpowers here is you. Very glad. And then he's like, all right, you got me. I've become what I hate. I'll give you that. And like, I love that it fucking stops him and he's like, you're correct. Fuck. On the other hand, I hate that it like he didn't see this going down. Like, I don't know, just fucking blinded by his shit.
He's a little hyper focused. He's the one out here reading all about Captain Nazi.
Yeah.
Got just more Shiny Knight and Vigilante, baby. I can't quit them. Also get more Stargirl and Stripe and
I thought
Green Arrow.
Shining Knight was gonna be. I thought there was gonna be cooler shit happening because he has a sword, and he did fucking cut. Eiling. Does he have a? Does General Eiling have a proper name after turning into monster? Or is he still just
I
Eiling?
don't think so.
Okay. The wiki just continues calling him Eiling.
Yeah.
The sword cuts his arm, and I thought we were gonna get some cool
Kind of
shit.
just reminds me of he's kind of just like Red Hulk, but I think this is before Red Hulk was even a thing. So
Yeah, well, he's like it's kind of Doomsday-ish, right? Is what he...
well, he's like Red Hulk because Red Hulk is evil general who then becomes a Hulk.
Ah, sure.
Thunderbolt Ross is the Red Hulk.
Yeah. I just thought Shining
general who
Knight...
pursues the Hulk. Shining Hulk, I don't know. I like Shining Knight in this episode.
I love his deal. Like
He
not
just
gonna
gets his
stop.
ass kicked, but he does a
Yeah.
good job at getting his ass kicked.
Yeah, and like the stuff he said, like he's standing up and like you don't fucking back
Yeah.
down, and that's
Yeah.
very good. I just thought his
Just-
sword would do a little more cool stuff because it
No.
cut into him. Like it's our classic like we're gonna throw shit at you and nothing works,
Yeah.
and then he gets cut with a sword, and I'm like, oh shit. But then it never happens. Nothing comes of it.
You're like sword, and you're hyper focused on it.
Well, no. I didn't care necessarily, but when the sword cut him visibly, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like we're gonna get something cool with the
He
sword, and then we don't.
doesn't have any visible wounds
Yeah, he
from
did.
the sword. No,
After it cuts him,
It
but then
just makes a noise.
no.
No, there's no visible wound.
I'm gonna call your ass out now. Can we get a court in session? Shining Knight. It's the first thing. It's the first thing in Google. Shining Knight versus General. You know what? This is gonna be just like him. This is just gonna be him. It's
Getting
not
his ass kicked.
Yeah, it's just him getting his ass kicked 100%. Like he's missing. This one is titled Leaguers versus Mutated Eiling. Leaguers?
Leaguers.
I think that doesn't feel good to say. Hard R? That's... All right, he has Stargirl. Ah! Okay. All right. I got the receipts. They're coming your way.
Okay.
Boom.
I can't even see what that is.
Okay, I'll send a contact shot
Oh, I
for
see.
you. Yeah, that's the one that's coming in is before.
Gotcha. That
This
doesn't
guy.
even make sense.
The angle of the slash does not line up with the cut, no. But I didn't fucking miss it. This guy. Someone put one up on the board for Ben, please. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you get the point. Because I was looking, I remember that and I was like, but that didn't really do shit.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It cuts him, but it doesn't fucking matter. But like the fact that it cut, like he reels back a little, like it hurts. And then the thing is, like on the next shot, it's not there. Like that.
Yeah.
That wound does
No.
not stay. It doesn't matter.
I was paying attention to like the next shot.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that the fact that it cut him a little, maybe it would cut him more later, and it just never does.
No.
Honestly, with the amount of good that it did, it feels like they should have just had it bounce off and do like a little, like, oh, it doesn't cut him. Because if you're not going to do it anyway. Don't get people hyped for swords and then take it away from
Look,
them.
they weren't calculating for people who are hyper fixated on swords.
Hyper fixated. They're just cool. I'm not hyper fixated on this. I didn't even see how he got the sword, Hank. Where's my Shining Knight episode where he gets the sword?
Yeah. I'm good. I still don't care about Shining Knight.
Yeah, no, 100%. It could have been fucking anybody in his role. The fact that they just needed anyone without like actual powers. It could have been Green Arrow. Honestly, if it was Green Arrow, that might have been better because we care more about him. I feel.
True.
On average.
We did get Speedy in this episode.
Even my love of swords, I still care more about Green Arrow because like he's a character.
Yeah.
Speedy, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we do get Speedy, who's his Green Arrow's ex-sidekick.
Yeah.
Or partner, depending on who you ask.
I think that's Speedy shows up in Teen Titans, but he is not this old in Teen Titans.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's the age of all the characters in that show.
Are you saying in the show
smaller.
called Teen Titans he is a teen?
Yes.
Madness. Actual insanity.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe they've done it. Yeah, episode was fine though. I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing. At this point, like, even these episodes that in retrospect are fine, I'm fully fucking locked in. So like in the moment, they're great. Like I don't.
Fair.
I didn't feel I enjoyed them any. I mean, they're like the highlights are the highs, but I didn't feel I enjoyed these any less watching them because I'm just so fucking locked in and ready and open to it. So I'm saying it's fine in hindsight, but in the moment, I was just as invested in this as I was in like the end, right? Which is great. That's good.
Sure. Yeah. I have the high points of the season I've rewatched a million times.
Yeah.
The other episodes I have not rewatched a million times.
I mean,
like this episode, I there was plenty about this episode I did not remember.
Oh,
honestly.
Yeah. And see, that's
I didn't. Yeah.
That's what I'm bringing though, right? I get that fresh first time viewer experience.
True.
And like not knowing what's happening in any of these, I'm like, I'm in. I'm all in.
An episode I do remember very well
Yeah, I was gonna say
is this next one.
Shocking.
All-time banger. Classic trope. We got a body swap.
Oh,
This episode's so good. It's so funny that this episode exists because Flash's voice actor played Lex Luthor on Smallville, but fucking Clancy Brown playing the Flash in Luthor's body completely steals this whole episode.
yeah.
His bits with him are just too fucking funny. That's not restful.
Yeah. Man, I can't believe they fucking did that shit. I can't believe that they banged. Like indisputably. At first it's like, oh, okay, we're just gonna do this and like it's whatever. And then she's like,
No.
so you're so attentive. I'm like, they fucking did it. They went all the way.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny.
He does have a line about her being hot before that happens.
Yeah. I mean, agreed, but like it's so fucking insane.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that at the end, when she's like, "Is it really you?" and he like, I forget whatever fucking dismissive thing that Luthor says, and she's like, "Aw." It's so funny. Like she wants to, like, she's like, "Man, it'd be nice."
Lex only has eyes for Brainiac. Unfortunately.
I mean, we'll get there, but I want to get there early because relevant. We do get Luthor saying, "Brainiac, I'm coming."
Yes.
Oh. Taken wildly out of context, but still very funny.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about the
It's
lines,
very
right?
It's very funny seeing Luthor in Flash's body just kicking the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, see, like it's the fucking same thing every time. It turns out that like the good guys are less powerful because I don't know, they're not willing to wreck shit, I guess.
Yeah, they're holding back. They feel like they live in a world made of cardboard. You know?
I mean, that's different. That's fucking different. I give Superman an exception, but we'll get there.
Look, the Flash isn't gonna vibrate his fingers through someone's skull. Luthor is.
Yeah, no, that's different. That's like yeah, which is fucking sick. Also,
yeah.
I mean, this is like
there was a thing like on the commentary stuff. They were like, it is funny. They were like laughing about like how much more powerful Luthor is, and he's like, "Oh, because he doesn't do that normally because the show would be over." Like he just fucking.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like you just like it's like the joke I made about the Speed Force. Like I can never run that fast again. Otherwise, the writers will have problems.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's fucking fine. I love, as much as I love being like, the Flash can't keep up with an average van. Like, it's fucking whatever. I'm far more annoyed about like the Superman stuff in World War II bullets are holding him down.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you can overdo it, but
yeah, in general, it's like fucking whatever. It lets the cool moments hit.
Mm-hmm.
And also just like keeps power creep down or whatever.
But also there's also the fact why the Flash in Luthor's body bits are funnier is because Luthor, like, they know immediately that it's Luthor in Flash's body. Flash gets to pretend to be Luthor.
Yeah. Why don't you tell me what your role in the plan is?
I don't have a role in that plan.
And that's the problem. Why doesn't everybody tell me their role? Yes, Lex Luthor. I have
Lex
a plan.
Luthor's villainous plan. Question the plan at your peril.
Yeah,
Any questions?
that'll do it.
Question the plan at your peril. Pause. Any questions? All timer.
The whole thing is fucking so good, dude. I do wish
just that they both go to the fucking bathroom. It's like
100%, yeah.
Thor fucking unmasking and say, "I have no idea who this is." Is very funny.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one, right?
That was one Dwayne McDuffie was like, he said he loved getting to do. It's like all these supervillains, they want to unmask the hero. Like they fucking know everybody.
I mean, that's the thing. Like for Batman, the villains don't know it, but it would make sense. Like if I unmasked a fucking anybody and it turned out it was Bill Gates underneath, I would recognize that it's Bill Gates, you know? But like I unmasked Spider-Man to find Peter Parker. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like,
yeah.
Just some jackass. I don't know. No, it's so perfect. But the follow up, I can't believe I didn't either. I don't think I'd see. I feel like I would have remembered seeing the follow up. Are you gonna wash your hands? No.
Aren't you gonna wash your hands? No. 'Cause I'm evil.
Because I'm evil.
Like, you can hear him, like, think about how good a line it is.
Yeah,
as
dude.
he's answering. It's so fucking perfect.
Fucking incredible. I love it so much. No,
What would a villain do?
Just the yeah. Yeah. You're thinking a little like villains probably don't wash their hands, huh?
That's a good guy thing to do.
No, and the shit. I mean the shit with Tala again is just so fucking. Like I just
funny.
can't believe they did it. You know.
Uh-huh.
That's not very restful.
He's he's a more caring,
He's attentive,
enthusiastic.
Yeah, right. She says enthusiastic, which also implies that she's banged regular Luthor. Like,
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
He's not attentive or enthusiastic.
Nope. But
But
he
he'll fuck.
fucking did it. Uh-huh. Yeah. Dead lay.
Goku fucks but doesn't kiss. Luthor fucks but doesn't care.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That shit is so funny.
And then Grodd say, I just had to see it for myself, Flash. It's like, I'm not gonna rat you out. I fucking hate Luthor, but I fucking hate you just as much.
I'm gonna let this unravel. I don't need to do shit.
Watch them tear you apart.
Limb from limb. I wish we would have gotten a little bit more at the end where they have it's actually Luthor again and he's fucking tied up and he's like, it's me, you idiots.
Uh-huh.
Because that's just such a like funny, it's a classic bit, I feel, if you're doing this sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
But
then it's
I get it. I don't dislike what they did where he turns the power around or whatever, but it's just such
we get
a
the
funny,
reveal
like,
that when Luthor had that increased all their powers, he also set it up so that he can fucking defeat all of them. I'm already more powerful than all of you.
yeah, which is like fucking good.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It is very funny that he just pushes the same button on his belt every time.
Yeah, it's just it's a catch everything.
It's bringing up the video game button prompts, and he's hitting the QuickTime event, and it's the contextual button is just doing all the work.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that reminds me. I was gonna look up a thing. I mean, I guess it's not relevant till later. But I was really wondering, what the fuck does 12th level intellect have any grounds in like anything else, or are they just yapping?
I think that's a thing from comics,
Okay.
from DC Comics specifically. But I'm not sure. It feels like a thing that came off a trading card.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it feels anime, is what it feels. Yeah. What does the intellect scanner say about his brain? It's over 12.
Mm-hmm. Look, they've watched Dragon Ball by this point.
I mean, yeah,
that last episode really confirms that they've watched Dragon Ball. If there were any question.
yeah.
I don't know. Looking it up, it's a lot of references to
Yeah.
these episodes, so I don't know.
Yeah. I also saw a lot of like DCAU stuff. It felt like something that maybe, we have nth metal. I thought maybe 12th intellect was also like more of a wide thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't discount that it's from comics, but
Just
I
not
don't
as
know if it is.
utilized. At the very least, not as utilized. It appears.
More people have watched these episodes than read comics.
Yeah, that fucking tracks absolutely.
Yeah, then we get grudge match.
Yeah, where we see Roulette is also a 12th level intellect.
We get the return of Roulette. We get another Huntress Black Canary episode,
which is great.
Yeah.
I love the fucking the fact that they have that idea. Like, how do we get people to watch these fights? Make it hot.
I'll sell tickets.
Like, and then I love how they're like fighting. It's like the dingy little shit arena that nobody gives a shit about. And as soon as they're like, why don't we just have like super women fight super women?
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately they're like, they got the fancy arena. They got millions and millions of dollars. I'm like, yeah, that's how that would work, honestly.
Well, also they're just able to mind control the entire Justice League.
I thought about it, and I just kind of I glanced over that one because it's so fun. Like them having like Fire and Black Canary, right? But then they get Wonder Woman. I'm like, okay, like did you just take like fucking this is ridiculous.
Yeah, but it just like it kind of just shows you like where Lex's head is at, like what the secret society, like what their fucking ambitions are at any given moment. And it's like not to take down the League. They like just don't care about that. They never really try.
Well, in this, because he just needs money. He wants to get Brainiac. Destroying the League's not going to help with that. He needs money.
Yeah, this is just the money.
He needs R&D.
It's a cash scam. Just trying to get some cash, a cash influx.
Cold, hard money,
So you can finish turning the Darth Vader skull into a spaceship.
Yeah. I mean, this episode was fun, but it was like, it's another one that in hindsight is like, yeah, it's fine. It's solid.
Yeah.
There's like
this one wasn't written by Gail Simone.
Like, there's some okay bits, but it's nothing incredible.
Yeah. We find out that we get Huntress asking the question what he's wearing.
Fuck yeah. So, what are you wearing? Blue overcoat? You're terrible at this. Orange socks? Like, how can I? Oh, I'm bad at this. I need to step it up. Orange socks?
But he has to tell the truth. He can't lie.
I mean, yeah, man. There's nothing more disappointing than asking what they're wearing and they go through all this stuff and then it turns out it was all just made up.
Huntress hits Black Canary in the fucking throat. She's fucking hoarse for like
a
lot of the rest of the episode.
I mean, the stuff even at first with Huntress is so funny because like it's like what did this guy do anyway? He took my wallet. Just some random asshole took your wallet. Jesus. Immediately, like, yeah, she's not okay.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, it's weird. Question doesn't see that something's going on.
It's so fucking strange that this is the thing. He's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah. He's too busy he's looking into this ice cream issue. 32 flavors.
Yeah. I like that sonar gun just straight up loses to Black Canary's voice.
Yeah. I mean, as it should. That's what we like. That is the good shit.
God, when they bring out fucking Wonder Woman, it is like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's like, fuck.
Like Huntress like fighting Wonder Woman, you're like, It's not.
Good
It's
luck.
not gonna fucking end well for you.
Yeah.
It's just like you're good, but you're not fucking.
You're not
That's
Wonder
fucking
Woman
Wonder
good.
Woman.
Yeah, that's Wonder Woman. This is gonna be bad.
Yeah. And I kind of like that they never. Wonder Woman is the one where they don't get to just like remove the comm thing and just fix her. They actually
Yeah.
have to like shut down the thing for that problem to be solved.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's. I don't really have
Yeah,
much.
good- there's
else
some
on
good
that
fights.
episode. Good, yeah, good
But
fighting
again,
and
it's
stuff.
not-
It's
It's not like a super memorable episode.
Yeah. I still kind of think I like it more than the next one,
Sure.
at least for where I'm at now, just because I don't know. It kind of felt out of nowhere.
Well, you don't like Brainiac.
I don't care about like Brainiac 5.
Well, I think that's the thing. This version of this is not a compelling version of Brainiac 5, I would say. They do not
I don't
do
even
anything to make you care about that character.
I don't even. I don't. My problem with Brainiac is like the way he keeps getting destroyed and then coming back. Like, we're only allowed to use Flash's Deus Ex Machina once, but that dude is like Brainiac is like just eternal, literal God from the machine. It's ridiculous.
Well, except
No,
at the end. He does not come back.
except at the end. No, it's less about that because that stuff is kind of whatever. It's fine. It's more that I don't really like the Supergirl stuff. Like her feeling like she's in Superman's shadow. Very relevant. I think that's a very fine thing to be doing because I think that would undoubtedly happen, right? But this is like, I would have preferred to see like more of that stuff before this, because this episode comes and it's like, oh, we learned that Supergirl feels this way, and then she stays in the future because she's like horny as shit for Brainiac 5. Like, that's,
Yeah, and they don't.
comes out of pocket. Like,
They don't.
It's weird.
I don't think they sell that relationship really well.
No.
Like, compared to all the other relationships we've gotten in this show, it's really flat.
It's because it's so like a lot of the other ones. There's like a meeting, right? Like they've been building,
Yeah.
and like we get stuff. This is just like, I mean, it doesn't help to me that it's her. Like a girl seeing a dude and then being like, I'm staying here forever. That's I don't know. I guess it feels grosser to me maybe than like having the Flash be like uncontrollably into a woman or something. It just I don't know. I mean, she is 21.
To me,
I
it's
guess, but
the
still.
only reason, I don't care that she stays. It's just that there isn't. I don't feel the juice there.
Yeah. There's no build up, and then it's just like I just met him, and now I'm staying here forever. I guess the reason why it would be more okay if it was a dude is because dudes are dumb as hell, and I'm used to girls being smarter in my personal life.
Sure, I guess whatever. Yeah, they're trying to sell that like she feels more at home here because of the
She's not in his
technology stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
Like
yeah,
that's a
that is
big part
true.
of it,
Yeah,
of the way
that's
they
true.
sell it. Is,
her being familiar with all of it.
like she grew up with fucking Kryptonian shit, and this is the first time where she's like, the technology like lines up with what she knows.
Yeah.
Like that's part of why she stays.
Sure. And that stuff like I could absolutely get, but
honestly, it's all about getting to that last line where Superman asks, "Does this boy have a name?"
Does this boy have a name? And they're like, Brian Eack. The fifth. I mean, we got some good stuff.
I mean, it's a thing. Like, also, like the Supergirl Brainiac 5 thing is like a thing they're doing because it happened in comics, right?
Sure, that makes sense.
Um,
I wish
it just doesn't feel earned here.
Yeah, no, 100%. If they had like met somehow,
They don't make Brainiac 5 hot enough.
that too.
IMO.
Yeah, like she sees him and she's like, "Oh my god!" But like, then you see him and you're like, "Oh,
It's just
I don't know.
fucking Fred Flint's. He's Fred from Scooby Doo, but he's fucking blue and not voiced by Frank Welker.
yeah."
That character could have been voiced by Frank Welker for all the fucking charisma he had.
That would have been. Then I would have been down. Then it would have made sense.
Yeah.
Come on, gang. The Fatal Five is mind controlling the what the fuck was their new not Justice League team? The Legion of Superheroes.
Legion of Superheroes, which I think is like has like the most complicated lore of any superhero thing. If you wanted to really get into it,
Great. Fantastic.
like I think it has a higher difficulty ceiling than I've heard it said by comics people. It has a higher difficulty ceiling than X-Men.
Jesus.
And like, you know, I don't know. I think there are instances. The thing is, it's like all the modern incarnations are very siloed from each other. They are like
Oh.
they rebooted it like a million times, where it's just like this version is like completely different than the last version.
Yeah.
Whereas X-Men has more. X-Men is more arguably a singular thing.
Sure.
But even then, it has eras for sure. And there's definitely more X-Men comics than Legion comics because
I would expect so.
there are like, you know, 10 X-Men books coming out at any given time, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like Legion, maybe there is one book at any given time.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
But also I just feel like this episode doesn't even really get into the best stuff about the Legion.
Yeah, because they're like mind controlled basically the whole time.
Yeah, and we don't get to see any of the cool ones really.
Yeah,
or like
I didn't give a shit about bouncing.
They don't get. Yeah, most of them aren't characters even.
Yeah.
Even the ones we've met before, like from that episode of Superman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
They don't. Those ones don't get any lines.
yeah. It's unfortunate.
This was
kind of a nothing episode for me.
Yep.
I think this. I wish we could. You know, they.
You do get Supergirl's age.
That's true.
She's 21.
Yeah. Doesn't fucking look it, honestly. But I guess it has been like, I think it's because she hasn't like they didn't. She doesn't seem hella aged up from like her introduction or whatever. But she also is a cartoon character, which will have that effect. If only I aged that way.
She doesn't have that Galatea bod.
True. True. Well, that doesn't happen for another couple of years, I guess.
She eventually gets all that upper body muscle.
Yeah.
And
boobs.
size.
Yeah. That doesn't happen. Little known puberty fact, that doesn't happen until you're like 23, 24, 25. The stuff with Superman, we're at the end where he's like, I wish I could have told her, I kind of would have preferred him getting to tell her. Like, I would have liked to see an interaction with them in a bigger way.
Yep.
Which also kind of makes it feel a little worse for me.
Yeah.
Like, him saying that he trusts her to make good decisions is great. Like, he just, like, Ma and Pa did a good job. Like, she's a good person. Like, I trust her. That's solid. That's good shit. But I would have.
There isn't like a good explanation for why like her staying in the future has to be like, and we could never see her again thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. There's no good justification for that.
Yeah. This episode made me think of a question, just because I've forgotten over time. When we were watching Superman, the animated series, and we got Superman coming back, or like the team came back, and then like we saw like Golden Superman, right? Isn't that, and that's this Superman or something?
That was an All-Star Superman, the comic book.
Was it? I thought we also had a thing.
That's
I'm
not in
getting
this
confused.
show.
Okay,
dude.
I'm getting it.
I think
look, there's a lot.
That comic is after this show is over.
Well, look, there's a lot of stuff that's taken.
That's very funny.
It's not my fault they did a time travel episode, and then it's all.
You're talking about like a comic book from like probably like that issue was probably like, if not around the same time as this season, like the next year.
I mean, yeah, and I've read them kind of like I've taken them in fairly close. Also, the amount of shit like stuff.
It's just very funny to me that you thought a comic book that we read was an episode of TV that we watched.
I mean, it could have been. It wouldn't have been totally out. I guess it makes sense that the tell for me, now that I think about it, should have been the fact that we don't get Pod dying in this show.
Uh-huh.
So that maybe should have, I didn't think of that initially, though.
Uh-huh.
I mean, look, there is a lot of comics that I don't remember at all. Past, like, a vague... Like, I remember... Was it Thanos got his spine pulled out? In something we read? Or Thanos pulled somebody's spine out?
I think Dr. Doom did that.
Sure. Now, see, that's the point proven. So I remember somebody getting their spine ripped out. I don't remember who did it or in what.
It was in Secret Wars.
Right. Because I think that's the one where like someone in a different dimension area pocket thing had like an old sandwich or something. And like I don't remember any of the context or anything, but I remember like little bits and pieces of all this shit. Mostly because I don't have any of this shit on hand, so half is not even a proper term. Like 99.99% of the time, I'm not going back to like look at shit or take it in again.
Uh-huh.
With like the exception being like Kingdom Come and like Superman smashes the Klan and like a very few other things. But generally, I'm not going back through stuff.
Yeah.
I just have a lot of fun in the moment and have fun talking about it.
Sure.
But yeah, I have a question for you regarding the next episode.
Sure.
Ancient History, our next Hawkman, Shadow Thief, Shira, Green Lantern shit stuff.
The one that ties a bow on this.
Why does this have the biggest description out of this season on the Wikipedia page? It's so much fucking bigger than all the other ones, including the finale.
Because there's less fighting in this. There aren't fights in this episode, and those don't require lots of words because you don't really describe those.
Yeah, I suppose. Ugh. I mean, we kind of talked about this one already.
Yeah,
Talk
I
about
don't.
vibes
I don't
on
really
it.
have anything more to say about this one. Although at the end, when John tells Hawkgirl about their future son, like I didn't need that either.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. I mean, I don't know if I needed it. I understand him though. Like, if I had that information, I don't know. It's a thing that I don't know. I understand it. I don't know that I needed it. I mean, I didn't need this episode. Is really the thing.
Yeah, they should have just stuck with Gentleman Ghost. Had a fun Gentleman.
Yeah,
Ghost
just yeah. That would have been good shit. And then finding out Shadow Thief is just like Hawkman's inner desires that have festered for thousands of years, 8,000 years is like super mid. And then you just shove them back in. You just like that's
Nom nom nom.
just ridiculous.
He doesn't even do the like persona you are me and I'm you. He just like grabs him and pulls him in physically.
You can't trust nobody, not even yourself, not even your true self, not even your true self's true self. Yeah, it's an episode that I watched. I guess I lied. This is probably the one that even in the moment I wasn't really like locked in. So that was a lie. All the episodes but this one I was like I'm ready for more.
Yeah, it's fair. Because this is our second Hawkman, Hawkgirl reincarnated lovers episode of
It elaborated on
13.
things that weren't great.
Yeah.
So it's like we're not even doing it. We're not even expanding on this in a good way. We're just meh.
Yeah. Just kind of like the thing that the show, like the worst part of the show is, again, it's just like connecting dots that you don't need to connect.
Yeah.
That's like their worst instinct.
Yeah.
And
I
like
would agree.
fate stuff.
Yeah, it's needless.
It's just mid. Mid as hell.
But then we get to the fucking finale. The two-parter.
We get our
it's fucking great.
We get our supervillain Civil War.
Dude, I'm not going to lie to you.
The villains go into space.
First off, Darkseid was like crazy. Like,
it's so fucking
I wasn't
good.
expecting it, and it made me so fucking happy because it's like I like that there's none of this lesser villain bullshit of like, oh, you'll have a place near my throne or whatever. Like, you're a good servant. He's like, I suppose I should, like, you're the one who resurrected me or whatever. Like, you get a quick death. Like, he doesn't even fucking hesitate. Zero goddamn hesitation. Just like, nope, get fucked.
He blows up the whole spaceship.
The whole fucking
I don't
thing.
really know how he gets to Apocalypse.
Dude, it doesn't matter. I don't even care.
Exactly.
I don't even care.
It doesn't matter. It's complete. It's so fucking cool. It does not matter.
Him landing on Apocalypse is probably one of my favorite scenes, like, in any of these shows. It's so fucking cool. The fact that, like, you know, they're about to have their civil war or whatever for control over the entire thing. And the fact that he lands in the middle and not a single fucking person is stupid enough to try a bitch. Like, the fact that it just immediately stops and they just all bow down is mwah, it's perfection. It's so fucking good.
Well, and there's like the fact that he's like merged with Brainiac to some extent.
Yeah.
But there is no fucking Brainiac left there. Darkseid it's pure Darkseid, baby.
And it's so fucking good. It's like, but if you with the one person like, if you do this to Earth, it'll violate the peace treaty
with
like, where the
Highfather.
Where do you think I'm headed next? God, it's so fucking good. It's just perfect. I mean, then the stuff with Tala is kind of. I mean, it's also like good. Like Luthor fucking realizing this late in the game that like magic is like
Useful.
him talking to her and the transmutation conversation, right?
Yeah.
She's like, "That's what you're trying to do." He's like, "All right, fucking get on with it. Do it." Just never really connected those dots. It's so funny. No, but it's just Darkseid is so fucking hype. I told you I was an episode and a half deep, or I had an episode and a half left. I was halfway through this episode when I messaged you the other night, and then I got to the end. It's fucking wild how much things escalated between that being halfway through and getting to the end. Like it went from like
if you're halfway through, you're still in like little petty like.
Yeah, I'm getting Brainiac back. We're going into space. That sort of shit.
Grodd is yelling in a cage. I want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's very funny. You never see Grodd that like flustered.
God, and then we get to because we get the whole the mutiny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
what like
your
this
fucking
episode is.
Yeah. Look, Darkseid took over my brain. It happens.
It's like 5 minutes of this episode, but yeah.
No, the
shot
shot
goes to fucking Grodd and it's like, I've been bad.
I thought she was actually gonna say like I deserve to be punished, but they didn't push it that far. The shot you sent me was also one that I noted. Like it it could have gone the other way. It really could have, couldn't it? No, absolutely.
But
not.
why speak ill of the dead,
dude? It's so fucking good. It's such a hard fucking line. And then him getting sucked out of the airlock, and he's like, "I'll get out of this somehow. I'll get you."
Yeah, it's fine. They're jumping. They're not in space. They're in hyperspace. Easy explanation to get it back if you need to.
Totally. He's on another planet somewhere, like building shit. It's fine.
Yeah.
The Killer Frost.
Now everybody else that got by Killer Frost, they got fucking blasted by her ice, and then they were in a ship that exploded and left in space.
Yeah. Dude, that bit was so good too. Like, why should I leave any of you alive? What do you have to offer? She fucking steps forward, blasts them all, and he's like, "Killer Frost, you have a future." Such a fucking great line. Like, Killer Luthor knows. We all Killer Frost is just here to fucking kill, man. Like, she's not. She's going to be on whatever side allows her to do that. She's not really a problem, I would say.
Rest in peace, Copperhead. You had a good run.
Yeah. He wasn't gonna climb that high anyway.
I think like Parasite is like the biggest headliner who's in that group that gets fucking got.
Yeah. That tracks. I probably could have. I don't even remember who was all on what side. If I'm being honest, I was too pushing forward,
Mm-hmm.
But it was very cool. Like, we got so many. That fucking whole fight was great. I mean, that's kind of the theme of these last two episodes. Is all the fighting is just sick.
The fighting is really good, but the interesting thing is we never get the big superheroes versus supervillains fight.
No, we just get
the villains take out half of themselves, and then the rest of them help the heroes fight apocalypse people at the end.
Dude, I'm like, I don't need the hero villain fight. It's just the ending is too good.
It's just like the The villains ultimately they just create a bigger problem rather than like working together for their mutual benefit. Like by the end, they've just like unleashed a nightmare that they're like, we have a little problem.
It's still our planet. Because that's the thing. Half the villains want to take over the world, and the other half just want to rob banks. And you can't do either of that if Darkseid's in charge.
Yeah. I mean, there's some that it's like, do you really care about the Earth blowing up, Sinestro?
Probably not, but like again, Darkseid. Like he would.
He's very important to them being alive, and he could have just left.
Yeah.
A character whose sole motivation is hating Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
But I don't care. Really.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
It's just like, if you look at the characters there, you could start.
Yeah,
saying,
totally. Yeah.
But I like how they set them up. It's they put one supervillain on all the squads.
Yes.
No two supervillains to a team.
Dude, that end, like that entire last episode just being essentially a giant fight it's so crazy how good it is. A dude gets beheaded?
It's true. By not Captain America.
I was going to say, what if he does the Captain America thing, but he fucking beheads an alien or a demon?
A parademon. They're basically robots.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Close enough. Fucking schling, and then it's fucking stuck in like, it's just crazy.
Also, like, Hawk Girl's like,
she gets stabbed?
Cover my back, and she gets immediately stabbed.
Yeah, bad back.
They did a bad job of covering
job.
her. Fucking, you can't rely on Atomic Skull, you know?
Yeah. He's very thrilled about the explosion, though.
Mm-hmm. And he does carry her to safety afterwards, but
yeah. I mean, Superman's deal in here is just fucking too good.
Superman's speech to Darkseid about living in a world of cardboard, and then Dragon Ball punching him and zipping around,
God,
to beat him to the spot where he's flying through the air to then punch him again.
And the fact that
that's the shit that DC animated stuff has been chasing fucking ever since.
The fact that it's not just talk, like, and this is why I mentioned earlier, like, Superman is kind of the exception for like, oh, I was holding back, because like I want him to be that powerful. And also, like, it makes sense, like, oh, he's holding back because, like, literally everything. Like, imagine being like that and having to grab, like, a cup of coffee. Like, just fucking 24/7 needing to not destroy everything around you. And the fact that when he says it, it's not just fucking talk. Like, shit gets destroyed. There's fucking shockwaves. The Darkseid gets sent through, like, what, 5-6 buildings or something like that? He punches him down and like there's a fucking crater in the ground. Like that area of the city is just fucked now. Like it's so fucking physical.
He does then immediately get owned. I will say is the one thing.
Yeah, sure, but whatever. It doesn't, like, it's so fucking sick. It doesn't even matter.
He gets hit with the agony matrix.
Yeah.
And then Darkseid pulls out his fucking kryptonite switchblade, and is like, I'm going to carve your heart out and put it on a pike in my throne room.
It's unreal.
All of Darkseid's fucking speeches are also so fucking good. He gets, every time he gets some monologue, it's just fucking all killer.
I mean, that's why it's great. This is
Deaths
why
of billions.
this is why we don't care when Darkseid gets his Deus Ex Machina. Like he gets to fucking pop off and be this. What's Brainiac over here talking about? Bullshit. Darkseid is scary, okay?
Copying all all your genetic information and then destroying the world. The end of all things.
Yeah, that's
Mission
fucking
complete.
that's bad. But like Darkseid feels worse. It's like there was this may no longer be true. I saw this statistic fucking an eternity ago, but it was a thing that was talking about how people feel more scared being held at knife point than gun point, because knives are just like they're slicey and cutty and they're kind of scary, right? Like the terror of a knife, just it gets in your head more, and people like reported between the two they'd rather be held at gunpoint because that's just, you get shot, but like a knife gets like cutty and it's a whole thing. That's how I feel about Darkseid Brainiac. I'd rather be held at world-ending destruction by Brainiac because I'm just gonna be destroyed. I don't know what Darkseid's gonna do. Also, he's like the core thing is like I know we've seen it before, but like the idea of like turning Earth into another apocalypse is like, whew, whew.
Yeah, that part. The episode of Superman the Animated Series where he blows up that nuclear plant is still is better than as far as that goes.
Sure.
That episode, that part is fucking unbelievably good.
Yeah.
So they have strong competition there.
Yeah.
That thing actually goes off.
True. But did the episode of Superman involve fucking I don't actually know how to pronounce the word. Trebuchet? Trebuchet. Yeah, that makes sense that it would not. That makes trebuchet. That makes sense that it would not be pronounced even remotely fucking close to how it's spelled. Kind of weird that I haven't heard it for how much people were memeing about it for a while there.
Yeah, that's weird.
I guess I only ever saw it in memes.
No, you didn't play enough Age of Empires.
Did they say it?
Maybe.
See, because
I mean,
like, I just hear
you would
Catapult
say
all
it
the
enough talking about that game with people that it would come
true.
up. How you
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I haven't played much Age of Empires, and every time maybe this is why in movies they're always using catapults. It's because it's just people know how to say it.
Also,
But
I think
anyway.
he is using a catapult, not a
Is it?
trebuchet.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He asks for a trench. He doesn't really use the trench.
No, not at all.
They did not figure that part out animation wise.
Also, it's very funny that he's like, Flash is like, launch it into the sun. He just said, it's like it didn't break escape velocity.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no shit.
If you dig a trench, then he can make the head of the catapult under the thing.
Here's the thing.
That just works.
Yeah, no, totally. Here's the thing. Putting stuff into the sun, not out of the question for this show, considering Green Lantern made a bridge to the sun and the Flash traversed it in the span of like a couple minutes.
That's true. They did also put the Viking Prince's boat into the sun.
That's right. Yeah, they did send it into the sun. Yeah, they're like
Viking funeral. Space Viking funeral. That's his tradition. The traditional space Viking funeral.
I mean, also just like nobody superheroes and superhero writers and giving a fuck about how far away from Earth the sun is. Name a worse team. They never do. Even in my adventures with Superman, it's the same shit. Like, we're at the sun.
Space don't matter.
They don't. It's all
they have hyperdrive.
It's just the Green Lantern's ring is just, don't fucking. It's light.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's just powerful.
Yeah, it's just good. It does what you want.
Look, there's a healthy balance between like completely ignoring these sort of things and doing what I saw people on Reddit doing, which is doing the math on like how far away they are and how long light and sound take to get to the sun. I'm like, that's look.
Are you a
you pointed
Are you
out,
a Star War or are you a Star Trek?
yeah. Look, you
Or are you a Star War or are you an expanded universe Star War?
true. I'm just like you pointed out, like I'm doing. You make fun of it.
Are you a
Like,
Star War book?
you point it out and you make fun of it like we're doing, but you don't fucking run the numbers and like actually like you don't fucking nobody needs that. You make fun of it for being
No,
inaccurate and then you
who
talk
gives
and you think
shit?
it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny that like this is ridiculous, but also who cares? It's fine.
Yeah.
It's cool. Rule of cool, baby.
100%. And then yeah, we get this stuff with
I mean, fucking Luthor. Metron takes Luthor to the fucking edge of the universe.
that's
Like,
different.
It's no
That's
fucking
different.
problem.
That's that guy's power, okay? That's just like a thing. If that was somebody's
He's got that good chair.
Yeah, if that was somebody's established bit, that's fine.
That's the other half of Thanos. Because that's what Thanos is. Thanos is what if Metron were Darkseid?
Hell yeah.
What if those two characters were one character? That's how Jim
Yeah, that
Starlin
makes-
created Thanos.
That makes sense thinking on it, yeah. Man,
Like, he started with just drawing... I think his early drawings of that character were like, it was just Metron. And then someone was like, told him, was like, why don't you make it the good new god?
yeah.
Why don't you if you're gonna rip off one of the new gods, why don't you rip off the good one? Just make it Darkseid.
Also, Luthor's stuff was super cool.
He had to get his power suit.
Fucking power suit comment was so good.
It's so fucking good. He finally got him in back in his Superman black suit.
Yeah, dude. God. I'll be real. The ending, like watching this end, I mean, not like that ending, but like the ending where they're talking about like the adventures will go on. Like they give everybody a 5-minute head start. And they're like fucking, they have their bit about like the adventures continue and all that stuff. Like we'll always be here, da da da. Actually got me a bit. Like I was getting emotional. Like I was actually like, I didn't cry, but I was like kind of like my eyes were getting watery. Cause like it's been so much fucking TV, dude. Like it's been a lot. And I probably would have actually been emotional had I seen this as not a kid, but when it was airing. Cause like, it's just so like at that point you've been following it for a long fucking time. This has been like what, under a year that I've taken all this in. I think a lot about a friend in high school who she said similar shit. She like was bawling at like while the credits rolled on the final Harry Potter movie. She's like, it's not even that it's sad, but like we've been following these films since we were like whatever age, like for however long. And that's just how it felt. And like you get the whole like we'll always be here and like the adventures continue. Like I don't need to see like, oh, I don't like Lex and Darkseid, like, oh, they're not dead, like they'll be back, da da da, all that stuff. And like they will, and that's because that's how it goes. It's fucking comics, baby. Like, but Superman's gonna be there to take care of it. Batman's gonna be on top of it.
But really, we should have seen Lex and Darkseid kiss at the end.
Yeah.
If they weren't cowards. But yeah, I think the adventure continues ending is so much better than like if epilogue had been the last episode.
Oh my god, epilogue is such a shit series ending.
Yeah, like that's no good. I'm a fan of this kind of ending.
It's so
like
fucking
I like
good.
this. I like the end of Dragon Ball, the manga, the end of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I just think that if you're telling a long running thing of adventures, saying there are more adventures, but you're just not going to get them right now, is
Dude,
good.
it's so good. And just like the way, like how it's said and how it's shown, like they're fucking running, they're just off running to the next thing, and it's like that's how they
Yeah.
go out. Like it's perfect. It's so fucking good.
Batman's final life. Don't you have a tall building to go leap?
Man. No, I like, what a fucking ride, dude. And there's
Yeah.
just like it's kind of insane how consistent it is. I mean, like the only thing I have
It's crazy.
that I can compare it to for me is like Dragon Ball, and that's just kind of in like length. I don't even know what the episode count comparison is. Probably Dragon Ball still has way more. But it's like that's still different because that's just a single thing that's been going. The way that this whole the DCAU is set up, like it's just crazy. It's such a fucking cool thing.
Yeah.
And especially going back because like it's what this ends, it's 2006, especially because everybody is fucking obsessed with having their goddamn connected universe in their films and doing that,
Yep. Uh-huh.
and it's so shit most of the time. Like I think as someone who has not kept up with Marvel stuff, I think seeing those initial films and then seeing Avengers, super fucking cool. That really felt great, getting those individual things, and then you get the team up. And then it expanded, and whatever. We don't got to get into that shit. But like just seeing how good this is, and then seeing just how garbage other things are with it.
It's just weird, like, because when you watch this live action stuff, like it's theoretically more intended for an adult audience, but it's so much more immature than
Yeah.
these cartoons are. Even though these cartoons are like more aimed at for kids and like toyetic and stuff, and like with like bright colors, but like
It's
they're
because
they work better emotionally, and I don't know, they're just fucking more fun.
yeah,
I don't know,
I think it's because
but also just like they treat the characters so much more better and like people. I don't know.
I think it's also that I mean, first off, the eternal complaint from me is like just how fucking quip heavy they are. Nothing can fucking sit. No moment can sit without a quip. We got to be quipping. If you're not quipping, everybody hates it, apparently. So that doesn't help. But then you also just have, not that they shouldn't be able to do this, but like in the DCAU, they had so much time to like have the fun and then set up the bigger stuff. And because you had all the because we watched Batman the animated series and Superman the animated series and then like Justice League, having them kind of turn into the Justice Lords a little, like get on that path a little, hits so much harder because we've seen all this stuff and spent all this time. Not like movies are less time, but
Well,
there's no
the problem
reason
is
you can't do more of that.
the difference is like this was a show that was like written by writers,
Yeah.
and that like live action superhero Marvel stuff is finished by committee. Like between them shooting old stuff and then doing reshoots, they figure out eventually what they're doing. Like they go into these giant movies and they don't know what they're making.
Yeah.
Like,
that's insane.
Whereas like these are like storyboarded, planned out, written things that like have an idea that they're executing on. And there's just the production of that other stuff is like way sloppier, and but like also it's so expensive, and they're
Yeah.
like that they don't get to make good choices a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like if you're making TV that you're making up as you go along, like it needs to be cheaper so that you can just fucking go for it more and have less like you need writers to be able to write things
Totally.
and not like 7 billion executives making their power plays over shit or whatever.
Yeah.
Too
No,
many
it's
fingers in the pot.
too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
No, it's just crazy like how good this thing was. Also that I hadn't seen fucking any of it. Nobody told me.
Nobody told you.
Nobody fucking mentioned it. Not once. I could have. That's actually not true. It's just a matter. Honestly, if my parents actually had like satellite or cable or something, maybe there was a chance. Because I was watching cartoons when this shit was on. Maybe there was a chance. But instead, I got to watch it basically never. So it would be like maybe I have a chance to watch this exactly once a week. And if it's not on when that chance happens, I just never see it.
Yeah, by the end of this, like I saw the end of this show, like on DVD or off files.
Sure.
While I was in college.
Yeah. Like, while this was on, any of this would have been on
this
air?
stuff lasted long enough that it outlasted TV for me
Hell yeah.
as like a going concern.
So, I just want to check a thing quick to see some dates. Yeah, so I don't remember exact timelines. This is more just an example. But like if Justice League Unlimited was on, and I can like, I mean, it might be a materialized thing more than an actual memory, but I can imagine like having the TV guide open or like the, you know, the menu guide on like satellite TV at my grandparents' cabin or house or whatever, and seeing Justice League or Justice League Unlimited like in one of the slots. However, Avatar: The Last Airbender was also airing around this time, so like between the two of those, I was watching Avatar. Was my like thing if it had been on. Or there was just like other stuff that I was doing, you know. And even then, I didn't get to. It wasn't cases where I got to sit down and just like fucking watch TV. It was like I get to do an episode and then like we're doing other shit or something.
Yeah, Avatar was also like I was watching files and
Okay, well,
it was beyond TV.
I was 11.
Yeah.
Because you're a fucking old man, and I'm a spry, youthful person. Yeah. Wrecked.
But I am the revelation, the tiger force at the core of all things. When you cry out in your dreams, it's me that you shall see. It's dark side you shall see. That's a comic dark side quote.
Yeah, I figured it was dark side, yes.
The tiger force at the core of all things. That's dark side, baby.
Man, what a fucking good reveal that was. Can't get over it.
The fact that he's like, so it seems I have you to thank for my resurrection.
It just immediately kills him. Or attempts to.
Your world shall suffer slowly. I grant you a quick death.
God.
And the ship explodes.
It's so fucking cold, dude. It's perfect. It's like the best villain entrance of all time.
It's really good.
My hype is immeasurable, and my day is completely made. If it wasn't late and I was I was juggling a bunch of different stuff. I had downloads going, was trying to get emulators to work and shit after watching this. But like, oh right, also you were like sleeping, so you didn't get around until much later in my day. But like, I was so ready to talk. Like I wanted to fucking,
Gotcha.
like right in that second, like I was like fucking ready to go. I was just like vibrating.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I mean, that's that yeah,
had
the
trouble
dark side
fucking
reveal
sleeping.
into the last episode, that is vibrating.
I had trouble sleeping. Like I was just thinking about it.
Lex Luthor offers Batman his spare gun. Batman's like, no thanks.
Well, I want to live.
I plan on living.
Right. I plan on living.
And then
through
fucking Batman successfully dodges, where he like kicks Darkseid, and then Darkseid's like, flee.
God,
shoots his
Flea
Omega
is
beam.
so good. The beam
Flea.
just chasing him down.
Yeah, and he
Like,
jumps
nobody's
onto that
ever-
parademon and gets it to eat the blast instead.
Nobody's ever dodged my Omega beam before. What does he say to Lex? Let's see if you're as agile or if you're as whatever as your companion or something. And Lex just bails immediately.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking with that.
I find it funny Superman's like, Luthor. It's like, what do you expect him to do?
Yeah. I don't know. Look, he watched Batman.
It's so funny when Luthor just starts yelling at Metron. He's so belligerent.
God. Man, especially when he does it on the ship, though. That line is great. Like, if you're here to take this power for yourself, then fucking do it. If you're not, fuck off. Like,
Yeah.
pick one. I don't care.
Darkseid hits Superman with the Daily Planet.
God. Yeah. Dude, that whole scene, when the Daily Planet is like, it's all rubble basically.
Mm-hmm.
That area is so well like drawn. Like just the lighting in the background and stuff. I don't know. It stood out to me as like looking super good.
It's true. It looks good.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they're like, Lex Luthor is like the worst person in the world, but he saved the day. Guess we just gotta accept that.
Yeah. It's a hard pill to swallow, but God, what a fucking ride, dude.
If we just get like the introduction of the source wall just fucking out of nowhere.
Yeah, just like this, which was also fucking cool. I was thinking about that a lot because that's the sort of thing I like.
Yeah.
Just this concept. Big thing at Edge of Universe, that's speaking my language.
Yeah, it's a Jack Kirby classic.
What if the structure at the edge of the universe also held like some sort of mystical sword? That would be pretty
What if it was
sick.
just like a giant, bunch of big statues?
Stone statue
also.
faces, yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, it's fucking cool.
It's
And
sick.
then that's where we get the line that you said much earlier in the episode, but like, nobody below a 12th intellect will be able to come out unscathed or whatever.
Has
He's
even
like,
a chance.
Yeah. Well, then I guess I'm overqualified. Fucking leaps out.
Yeah.
So fucking
We get the
good.
thing of Brainiac 5 say he's 12th level intellect, and then we get the 12th level intellect line again here.
See, I think it was the fact that we got it twice. Like 2 episodes reference it that are different characters and places and things. So I'm like, this feels like maybe it's more of a thing.
Yeah. Well, remember, there are 3 people in the world smart enough to hack the Watchtower, and 2 of them were on the Watchtower, and Lex Luthor is the 3rd.
He's very smart.
I'm not sure who the 3rd is.
Who's the second one?
I think Mr. Terrific
Okay, that makes sense.
is one of them, but I'm not sure about the 3rd.
Like, if I had to toss a name out that I know from this series, like the Atom.
Yeah, maybe it's the Atom.
That's the name that comes to me if I had to pick someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it ain't Hawk Girl. You know? It's not the Flash.
Hawk Girl is very smart
Yeah.
because she
I
grew
think
up
there's
in a
at
more
least-
advanced society.
I think there's at least one time where she encounters a computer issue and is ready to smash the computer, and someone stops her. I can't confirm, but I'm fairly certain that's a thing that happened at some point. Am I expected to believe that the Thanagarians use the same operating systems that our computers do?
Yeah.
That was actually going to be in the plan.
No, they use Linux
In the
clearly.
planned third reincarnation episode, we see how they gave us all of that technology, and that's like where all of it came from.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's some good TV.
That's most fucking biggest understatement.
Very disappointing to me that then they went on to make a bunch of direct-to-video movies, which are mostly not good to mid.
I was thinking about it now that,
or at least that's what like Bruce Timm was in charge of.
Yeah.
After this, basically.
I mean, I was thinking about it because now that we're done with this, I'm like, I could maybe check those out. But I realized I don't actually need to do that yet because there are other good things that I can get my fix from first. Like, we're going to be doing Teen Titans at some point,
Yeah. There's Teen Titans, there's Brave and the Bold.
There's the Cape Crusader.
Cape Crusader.
Yeah.
Which is only one season so far, so it's quick.
Yeah, but it's still a thing. It's a good source at least. So I've been told.
It has its moments.
Is it better than the movies? Is it better than?
Sure.
Is it better than a good chunk of those movies?
Well, the thing is, I don't like its Batman.
Sure.
That show, it's much better at being about like the Gotham Police Department and Barbara Gordon.
Gotcha.
Than it is about being about Batman.
We also
it's interesting and inconsistent and frustrating in ways.
Gotcha. I mean, we also have
Batman the Brave and the Bold is a joy because it's silly and
hell yes. I'm looking forward to that one.
So like there are a lot of episodes of that, and plenty of them are like also kind of mid or whatever. But like their mid is it's all airing on the side of silly and fun.
Hell yeah, that's what we like. I mean, I also want to do some of the live action stuff too. Just a mix of like seeing good stuff and then also like just some context that I'm interested in.
Yeah, Teen Titans is like the most consistently like actually really good.
Yeah, that tracks. Based on what I know, that sounds correct.
Yeah, that one is the best at like doing comedy and doing drama.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we got to buckle up though because we're doing all of the Adam West show, whole thing, straight through, no breaks.
You can't say that.
Yeah, I can. I can say whatever I want. I'm gonna back down on it. Watch me look up the Adam West Batman show. Let me check this out, and then I'll immediately back down.
Yeah, how many episodes is it?
120. That's fucking nothing. That's easy. That's soft. That's like one Namek arc.
I've never watched all of it.
Oh shit! There you go. Look, see, we can do it. We can break it. We can break it down by seasons. It's so easy. The first season is 34 episodes. That's a Namek arc. That's fine. Season 2, just 60 episodes. That's only 2 Namek arcs. That's easy. And then season 3 is only 26 episodes. That's not even a full Namek arc. This is the fucking easiest pitch in the history of the world. I don't intend to watch all of it. If I do, that would be wild. I'm not saying that, never say never. I'm open to whatever, but I don't think it's gonna be a full watch. Look, I'm seeing on the wiki that Catwoman just has a little cat behind her. I don't know. Seems kind of good.
I think there are like 4 different Catwoman actresses in that over the course of that show or something.
Yeah, that tracks.
I think that's the character that gets recast the most. Mostly I think Frank Gorsh's Riddler is like my main takeaway from that show.
Sure.
His performance. Yeah. All the clips I've seen of him in that role are fucking gold. But yeah. And now you're ready to read any DC comic. Pretty much.
Yeah, I have the
You're ready to be, the
base.
Now you don't have an excuse about if you're getting thrown in, because there'll probably be some thing that you can recognize and tie back to something here.
And anybody who's watched this is ready, who's watched specifically Justice League Unlimited, is ready to read Warlord.
Yeah, exactly.
There has to be someone out there who like saw that episode and were like, that's so fucking cool. Do they have more? And then just like got to do the thing. I like that idea.
And then they're like, wait, Conan? It's like Warlord?
That'd be fucking wild. That'd be wild if Warlord was their introduction to like that genre as opposed to Conan the Barbarian.
And then they start reading Conan and they're like, this is kind of just a Warlord ripoff.
Fucking yeah, I was reading that Warlord knockoff. The Who? Yeah, exactly. Like Conan or something. I don't know, some stupid name. He's a barbarian.
Conan O'Brien.
I was reading Conan O'Brien the other day.
That's a podcast. Salt Circle Podcast, gmail.com, Salt Circle Pod on Twitter, anchor.fm/Salt Circle, youtube.com/@Salt Circle. I'm on Twitter @Comic Panels.
I'm on YouTube and Letterboxd at Drathius. I don't actually know if it's at Drathius, but I'm Drathius on those platforms. I actually posted a couple of movie reviews. I finally did it.
Congratulations.
Thanks. It took a lot of effort to like actually
when
do,
when you don't, it's a muscle. Like it's a muscle you have to exercise, I would say.
Like once you're writing, it's the easiest thing. It's just like going to the thing and starting it, But
yeah.
Oh, is there a movie? Is there a Letterboxd entry for the entirety of the DCAU? Like just a 300-hour movie or something?
I don't think so.
That'd be very funny. I reviewed my favorite movie, Utena.
Just
the series.
Because I feel like Batman the Animated Series would be a separate thing.
Yeah, I assume if there are, it is just the individual series as their own deal. Would make much more sense.
I don't know. I only see the movies. I think Letterboxd is cracking down.
I mean, that also.
It's also a harder sell because it's so episodic.
Yeah. I find it kind of. I mean, I assume there's like a similar site to Letterboxd that's like for shows. I mean, I know my anime list has like anime, like you can watch anime and review that stuff, but you would think there would just be a general catch-all site like Letterboxd for TV shows of any kind. Or that they would just add it in because it's fucking essentially the same thing, more or less.
Yeah, these DCAU lists people have are all full with the direct-to-DVD era stuff.
Sure.
Oh, and they have The Batman vs. Dracula, which was the movie for the show that followed Batman the Animated Series, The Batman.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because there was Batman the Animated Series, then the Batman, and Batman Brave and the Bold. Then there was it Shadow of the Bat? Which was a CG show that nobody watched. They got canceled really quick.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And then that was the last one since Caped Crusader.
Nice.
And there was just a lot of DVD movies.
I'll
I
check them
I
out
do
eventually.
like Batman versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is perfectly watchable. It's a fun time.
I mean, the only thing I know about at least one of those movies.
It doesn't have the scene, the important scene from the comic though.
The one
Where
that I
Batman
like where it's
shows
heavily edited.
Raphael. Yeah.
Cow,
Does not have the scene where Batman shows Raphael
This is where
where his parents were murdered in Crime Alley.
Cow, a bummer. I wish that was in my head. It's canon. It's head canon.
No, I think it's better without the cow. I don't think it needs the cow bummer, honestly. I think it's funny enough without any of the edits. The fact that it is a real thing in a comic book.
Yeah.
This is where my parents were murdered, Raphael.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think is funny enough.
And just him in the fucking background, like he's in it as
Yep.
well. Chilling.
He's just
Anyway,
it's rough, buddy.
good stuff.
But yeah, we did this in the right order. You watch Dragon Ball, then you get to watch Justice League.
Yeah.
So that you have the context for this final fight.
Yeah, it's all about putting it together in the right way.
You have to understand that anime is
the-
good.
The
That's how they figure out how fights are good.
no, the most
regular.
impressive thing is that I somehow read Warlord before all of this. Like of all, because I could have easily gotten into Conan, right? Like I had those comics also downloaded and read Sanja.
Yeah, but that is
like
more comics.
it is much more. But I could have just said, nah, Conan and Sanja is enough. I don't need to do Warlord. That would be reasonable. But no. The ultimate prep.
It paid off.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't remember there was a Warlord episode.
That's funny. That's all I'm
did
going to
not
remember.
I had like no memory of that episode.
I mean, yeah, that kind of it's if you haven't read Warlord and don't care and you're not like a kid discovering that trope for the first time or that concept, like whatever.
It's just another snake cult episode. Like we've had a million of them.
That's true. There have been a high amount of snake cults.
There really have.
Including snake cults that are more dinosaur themed than one might think.
Well, also they turned Cthulhu into a snake cult because Grodd kept calling it Snake Face.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of technicalities.
I mean, Grodd is just doing the ape version. He's just another ape cult.
Just another ape cult. Yeah. This is just another Planet of the Apes attempt. Ugh.
Just another DC's apes. Just another Marvel's apes. Anyway. Peace.
Peace.